Got another article here from businessinsider.com. Uh, Writer is Kate Duffy and titled SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet service provides rapid speeds of 175 megabits per second in freezing temperatures, high winds, and deep snow. And that's kind of been one of the main questions that I've gotten is, how's it going to work when it's covered with snow, cold temperatures, high winds? Is it going to diminish my internet capabilities? And this report, we've already seen results and users reporting that the service still works well within those conditions. So I want to take some time and go through the report with you. It's pretty interesting. Users are impressed. Users reporting speeds still 175 megabits per second in the colder air, 20 megabits faster than usual. And a user took out a leaf blower and 175 miles an hour wind, and the terminal withstood it no problem. As I was stating earlier, the terminal actually heats up enough during the cold conditions, the snow conditions, heats it up enough to melt the snow on top of it. That was one of the questions was, what am I supposed to do with my terminal? It's up on my roof, it's got snow on it. How am I going to get the snow off of? Well, here's reports that the snow is potentially going to melt on its own due to the heat from the terminal. Some users say that speeds do drop as the snow initially builds up, but with the heating of the terminal, that should eventually get back to normal speeds. So that's good news. We've got users posting videos and pictures in the online communities proving that the Starlink terminal still works in extreme weather conditions, and some users report that it even works better in cold conditions. And when we're talking about the terminal, that's the Starlink kit, which includes the Wi-Fi router and the terminal. The UFO on a stick is, I guess, what we're calling it now. This report says there's nearly 900 satellites in operations. There's still thousands more to come so that we can blanket the globe with the Starlink constellation and deliver the service around the world. And initial expectations is at least between 50 and 150 megabits per second download speeds, but users are reporting up to 200 megabits already per second download speeds, and 25 to 35 megabits upload speeds. Users are stating that the service isn't significantly impacted by wet or windy weather. And these are all reports coming out of the northern United States and southern Canada, where the temperatures and colder air is definitely a factor where the units have been deployed. And there's the fastest download speed so far has been reported, 208.63 megabits per second, and that was recorded in Seattle. The terminals have been measured, the surface of it ranging from 32 to 40 degrees, meaning the terminal melts the snow that lands on it. So you're not going to have to get up on your roof and brush the snow off every time it snows out. Give it enough time, it's going to melt that snow off as the snow falls onto the terminal. May take a few minutes, but it'll take care of itself. And they're saying that they haven't noticed any speed variation since the snow started. Video proof showing what they're experiencing there. One user in the northern United States weighted down their Starlink tripod before a 50-mile-per-hour snowstorm set in, and snow reached to 3 inches in around an hour. The Starlink app showed poor connection. The user told Business Insider that download speeds initially dropped to around 20 to 30 megabits per second, and upload speeds fell to 3 or 4 megabits per second. And there you're talking about what is probably typical for a lot of people who that's their best speed that they ever achieve on their home internet anyway. And the Starlink, the worst speed it's showing is still as good or better than what they would have gotten with a traditional connection. So worst case scenario is still better than what most people typically achieve. But typically averaging under normal conditions around 100 megabits or higher in download, and then 15 megabits a second upload. So I just wanted to share that information with you. A lot of people have been asking, how's it going to handle severe weather conditions? And we've got already reports that that's going to be a slight factor, but not a major problem for the system for users in those cold weather climates. So I'm glad you stopped by to take a look at my video. There's going to be more to come, so make sure you subscribe and like the videos and leave comments so that I can continue to answer and make new videos for you. Thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.